Hello, this is Michael Peters. Been doing a little bit of thinking about just what has gone down as far as Texas Children's Hospital, Baylor College of Medicine, covering up for this doctor who's falsified their medical records and sent that lie to a court of law at the 418 District Court in Conroe, Texas. Now, many of you know, I picketed the hospital with big signs of pictures of Dr. Zoanne Dreyer calling her a fraud and a liar, and stating that Texas Children's Hospital covered up for fraud and liars. Well, no one sued me, and pretty much in the beginning I started to think, well, we must trace this down to the money line. The doctor lies. No one's backing her up. The nurse, the social worker, CPS, the pharmacy receipts, and lab results are all on my side. The only thing Dr. Dreyer says is that I told her I didn't give my son one of his meds for 1 month out of 2 months I had him. Well, Texas Children's Hospital knows she perpetrated a lie, because I see in some of the videos, or at least some of the sites, that her ratings have gone down a little bit. Now, this doctor lies. Her husband's an oncologist, a cardiologist there, William Dreyer. Both of them got to be pulling about $1 million a year from our social services, Medicare, Medicaid, insurance money. And they're both big breadwinners for the hospital. Well, and Baylor College, Texas Children's Hospital gets their doctors from Baylor College of Medicine, where most of them are employed, and pays for their insurance. Now, everybody knows that this doctor lied in the medical report, which is aggravated perjury, in front of and sent to my wife's attorney, who submitted it to the court. They all know it's aggravated perjury. Dr. Dreyer even went to court and testified, bringing her own security. You don't sit there and knowing, when I made my picket signs over there in Tomball, Texas, one lady who owns the store knows this doctor, and before I knew it, before I got the sign out of the shop to go picket, I was served with a no trespass notice from Texas Children's Hospital even before I went over there. Hand delivered to me by a courier. And then, after that, when that failed, of course, because I went over there and picketed, I called the Houston Police Department. They told me where to stand. That's where I stood. They didn't sue me for calling her a fraud and liar and saying Texas Children's Hospital covered up. That's got to make you wonder. And then she hires a private investigator, which is on the videos. You could see his license number to one of the vehicles. The one he knew I'd busted him in the neighborhood. Just because, we're living out in the country. There's not too many people hanging out over there. I thought it might have been a child molester or something, until I found out he must have been a private detective. Because my neighbors, who were ex-cops, who didn't like me too much anyway because of my dogs, let him park in their yard even though they were tearing up the terrain. And when I went down the street and turned real quick at night, he came out to follow me, but I had turned around and busted him, and he took off. Next day he was in a different vehicle, and that's when I snuck up on him. So all this cover-up that these people are doing, they're doing it to protect this doctor. If it was known, if the Texas Medical Board wouldn't have covered up and lied for this doctor, took a blind eye to all the evidence that I had. This doctor has no evidence, none. Simply saying, I told her so. That's not evidence. How many people you know go against CPS? That never happens. Never. Never. It's all about the money. If they knew that if the Texas Medical Board would have done the right thing, Texas Children's Hospital, Baylor College of Medicine, and those two, and that doctor would have been sued for millions of dollars. It would have been all on the news. The biggest thing in Houston. The biggest thing in Texas. And they couldn't afford to make Texas Children's Hospital look bad. Because all these politicians jumping on the bandwagon about how they're donating to these great causes. Our children with cancer. While actually stealing our children with cancer from us. You got a 9-year-old boy who'll never see his father again because this doctor lied. And the state of Texas covers up because they want these people's money. And they steal children for money. That's the American way. That's corporate America way. And that's the Texas children, the Baylor College of Medicine, and the Texas Medical Board being bought out. Rick Perry in charge. The only way these people are going to make me stop these videos is to throw me under the prison. You're not going to get away with stealing my son for money. Payoffs. The Texas Medical Board's got to be the most disgusting place. And Rick Perry and Dr. Zoanne Dreyer, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Don't you think about Dalton, his father? I was the sole provider of my family. You stole my poor boy. Your court stole our land. My boy will never have a house now. People are selling my land for half price. Everybody lining their pockets off of Michael Jeffrey Peters. Most likely because of Dr. Zoanne Dreyer and the corruption here in the state of Texas. Well, I'll be fighting forever for Dalton Jeffrey Peters against you crooks, you thieves, you swindlers, you frauds. The Texas Medical Board, Rick Perry, Judge Tracy Gilbert, Judge Jennifer Robbins in Conroe, Texas, Dr. William Dreyer, Dr. Zoanne Dreyer, you administration officials, you're all corrupt. I hope you all get what you deserve. Texans, beware of these people, what's happening, so it doesn't happen to your children. I wonder how many people they've killed and covered up for children dying of cancer, being used as guinea pigs over there. We don't know. They're simply going to lie because of a divorce. Because this doctor wants to protect, just give the custody to my wife, as she tried with John Calderon, another father. What do you expect? These people. They've got to be the worst. Protect your children. Protect your children from Dr. Zoanne Dreyer, Dr. William Dreyer, from Texas Children's Hospital, from Baylor College of Medicine. God bless you, Texas. My son will never see me again because of these lies if we don't do something about it. God bless you.